Hey guys, welcome back to Not Quite a Homestead. So today I thought I would share my little pepper secret with you. We're huge fans of peppers. We both grew up in the Southwest, and so peppers are kind of a staple in our diet. We love sweet peppers, we love hot peppers, we even do super hots. So peppers are a huge part of our garden. Anyway, we're always looking for new ways to get better production in our peppers or out of our peppers. And what I found out, I don't know, probably about 5 or 6 years ago, was that by taking the top off of your peppers, you can actually cause them to grow bigger and stockier and have better production. It was a really scary thing. When you first do it, it kind of looks like, oh my God, I'm gonna kill my plant. But really what it does is it forces it to grow into a bigger, healthier, stockier plant. And it provides better support for the pepper itself and for the peppers. So when you have that huge, the harvest of peppers, your pepper plant isn't falling over and maybe breaking the stem. Basically what happens is all of the rooting hormone, when the plant is first growing, it kind of focuses here on the tip. So this is where the hormone is, and that basically tells the plant grow up. And so what you're gonna get is a tall, lanky plant. Not a bad thing, but it will require staking. And like I said, with those bigger, meatier, type peppers, or even if you have just a larger flesh of peppers, you're gonna have a hard time, keeping up with that. And so all this does is it creates, just like I said, a thicker stem and a stockier pepper, more foliage or more space for the peppers to grow, for fruit to grow. So here's an example of one I did a couple weeks ago. This is a habanero, and we just cut the very tip of it off, and you can see that all this growth has come up in the last couple of weeks. It's like I said, it's super scary. You can see here, this is the little tip where you cut it off, but again, you're getting all this growth, and this gives you more place for fruit to form. Here's the one that I did today. You just basically cut it off, and again, it looks really drastic, but you can see that there's already growth happening, and again, this is just going to be a stronger plant. So a couple of examples here. So this is a pretty tall one, but you can see it's kind of wobbly, and we want it just to be a stockier and sturdier. So you've got the original, the cotyledon leaves, and then you've got one, and then there's two, and then another set here, I'll count that as 3, and then 4, and all these leaves here. And so basically, I'm just gonna cut this back to down here, and you can kind of see a little bit there in the little V that you've got new growth going already. So it works for me. Again, it's scary, but basically all I'm gonna do is you're gonna take a super sharp pair of scissors or a knife. I do tend to use the scissors just because they're sharp and it gives a really simple and clean cut, and you're just gonna kind of get it down in there and snip. So it looks drastic, but in a couple of weeks. The reason I cut it at an angle is so that water doesn't sit on top of it and we don't develop fungus or anything like that. This is a pepper I did just about a week ago, and you can see there that's where we cut the tip off, and right then there's a little bit of growth right there, and you can see the growth all through the pepper plant. It's bushing out down here, so it's just going to continue to bush out, and it's going to still grow up. It's just going to be stockier when it does. So I'm going to go ahead and trim the rest of my peppers, and we'll be back here in a minute. So one thing I did want to mention is you want to make sure there's enough growth on your pepper. A lot of the times when you get something going, it's only got just these couple of leaves, and you could, in theory, cut down here and you would have this set of leaves down here where you would get growth. The pepper's going to have a harder time coming back, and it's going to come back a little bit more slowly. You can still do it, but I choose not to. So a little guy like this, I'm going to let him go ahead and grow for a couple more weeks before I Thanks so much for joining me again this week, guys. I hope that you enjoy our content, and if you have any suggestions, please make sure to leave them below in the comment box. We will see you next week. Have a good day.